Now be honest with me, who wouldn't love to have a huge projection on their wall instead of a TV? Now granted, TVs are generally a bit better quality, but projectors, you can take them anywhere and have a huge screen as big as you want. And the crazy thing is, nowadays they're not even that expensive. So right now we have the VANKYO Leisure 3 video projector that has a native 720p resolution. Now it does support 1080p input, but it only outputs 720p, so it's not the best quality you can get, although there are 4K projectors now too. And with that being said, that brings me up to this ultimatum here. I currently do not see any reason you would get a 720p projector like this. Now I know you're probably thinking it's gotta be cheaper than a full HD 1080p projector, so it just makes sense if you want to save some money, because 720p, you know, it's good enough. But I've seen a lot of 1080p projectors that are the same price as this 720p projector, so really I don't see any reason you would get this. If you can tell me why, then let me know, but seriously, I can't think of a reason. But anyways, if for whatever reason you do want a 720p projector, I got a treat for you because I'm going to show you this one. Now one of the good things about this projector is that it supports wired and wireless screen sharing from your phone. So you can go on your iPhone, go on your Android device, share your screen and cast whatever videos you're watching right onto the big screen. So that's actually really cool. Other than that, you can just plug in HDMI cables, play your favorite games, watch your favorite movies, plug in Fire Sticks, Google TVs and Apple TVs, whatever, you know, it treats us like a TV and you're good to go. Comes in a very nice box, you know, pretty simple, not much to see, nice brown box. It spins around very freely. I like that. Oh, wow, and as you can see, it comes in a very nice carrying case, so just like I was saying, it's very portable and easy to carry around. Alright, so it looks like screen mirroring is one of the main features they're advertising with this particular projector. And I guess to be fair, a lot of the 1080p projectors I've seen for around this price range don't have screen mirroring or any sort of smart capabilities whatsoever, so maybe that's why you would get this one. Now, it is a very nice case. It'll definitely protect the projector. Okay, I'm liking the presentation. Inside the box, we have a frequently asked questions card, a remote control without batteries, some composite AV cables, which I don't see a use for unless you want to play an old school Nintendo or something, because it's the future. We don't use these anymore. I don't even want to open the bag for this one. We have an old school monitor cable. I mean, I guess it's good it's here, but I would never need this. And the funniest thing about this is it says this isn't recommended for PowerPoint presentations and stuff like that, so I'm not sure why you would ever need this then. But I guess it's here if you're kicking it old school. Now we're talking. We got an HDMI cable. This is what we need. They should have just gave like 3 of these instead. Along with the power cable, which every time, this is my main gripe with a lot of these projectors, the power cable is very short and it has to stay close to the power outlet to get power, or you're gonna need an extension cord, and this looks like it's no different. Ooh, some nice Velcro straps holding it in place. It's got some weight to it actually, a bit heavier than I was expecting. And we have the projector itself. It actually feels very solid and high quality, even though it is a completely plastic build. Now taking a look at the projector, we have a nice matte white finish up here along with a glossy white finish right here, probably a fingerprint magnet. Although not too bad because it is white. If it was black, you'd be seeing the fingerprints everywhere. But we do have the actual remote control right here in case you don't want to use the infrared remote control. You can just do it right on here if you want to walk up to the projector. Very clicky buttons. I like the way they feel. We have a power button, back button, up, down, left, right, and OK button, menu button, as well as an input button. We have a focus adjuster right here so you get a nice clear picture, as well as a keystone adjustment in case your projector is set off at an angle. Although if you want the best quality, you want to have it as straight as possible, because when you adjust the keystone, it does kind of distort the video and make it a little less clear on the edges, so just keep that in mind. Now over here on the back, it's very simple. We have the stereo speaker array on the back, along with an infrared receiver for the remote control. Over on the left side, we have a 3.5mm headphone port along with a 3.5mm AV port for that cable that we got that I have no idea what we need it for, a micro SD card slot, HDMI input, USB port, as well as the VGA port, which I'm not sure anyone's ever going to use. Over on the other side, we have the power port along with some air vents. But down here on the bottom, we have a 1/4" tripod mount so you can mount this to a tripod, some rubber feet so it doesn't, let's actually test that. Okay, it does slide around, although, you know, it's better than nothing. Oh, wait a minute, this is actually cool. I did not know this was gonna be here. It's a little stand you can unscrew so you can prop this up at an angle. Very cool. I haven't seen that before. Then over here on the front, it looks like we might have another speaker up here, as well as one of those budget 1080p ones that I got didn't have this. We actually have a lens cap to keep the lens nice and clean. Nice rubberized lens cap, perfect. Don't lose that, because then, you know, get dust and debris and scratches, all that stuff on the lens. You don't want that if you want the best picture quality. And the lens looks very nice. Let me just put that back on so I don't lose it. And really, it's a very simple design. It feels pretty lightweight, but also solid, and it feels heavier than that 1080p budget projector that I tried out, which was 1080p, lighter weight, and roughly the same size. So that's why I'm like, I don't know why you would get this if you can get that for about the same price. But this one actually has screen mirroring, so I guess that's why. But I'd rather have 1080p over screen mirroring, because I'm not going to mirror my phone anyways. I'll just plug it into a computer or Fire Stick or Android TV or an Apple TV, pretty much anything else. But with that being said, I'm gonna get this thing set up. I'm gonna test it out and see if 720p is the way to go, and see how easy it is to use it with your phone and all that stuff.
What do you think? I'm gonna shove my whole hand in it?
Alright, and we are back, and I got some good news and I got some bad news. Well, I mean, it's not really bad news, it's pretty much what I expected, but overall the projector is very good for what it is. 720p native resolution, it looks nice and clear when you have a decently big display and you're a decent distance away from the wall or your projector screen. Definitely recommend a projector screen with any projector you get, because you're gonna get the best picture quality. Unless your wall happens to be perfectly smooth and perfectly white, then I guess you can get away with doing that, but I would definitely recommend investing in a projector screen. They're not too expensive and usually make all the difference. Now with that being said, the screen mirroring function was very easy to use and worked very well. All you really have to do is turn on the Wi-Fi on the projector, log into your Wi-Fi network, make sure you're connected to the same Wi-Fi network on your phone, go find it on your phone, and you're connected just like that. Now the bad news about that feature is the projector remembers your Wi-Fi settings, but for whatever reason doesn't automatically connect every time you turn it back on. So you have to manually connect to the network, but you don't have to type in your password every time. So it's kind of weird, but I guess you get what you pay for. Now speaking of getting what you pay for, like I said, for the price you can get a native 1080p projector, although it might not have the screen mirroring function. Now, if you really want the screen mirroring function, maybe this is the way to go. But personally, if it was my choice, I would definitely pick the higher resolution and just get rid of the screen mirroring function. Maybe get some sort of dongle, screen mirror to an Apple TV or something like that. But that's just me, and I guess you do what you're gonna do. Now, as for watching movies on it, it's very nice, very bright, and very clear, especially in a dark room when it's, you know, the light's coming in or you're not in a completely dark room during the day. It's still usable, although it's gonna be a lot more washed out than it is in a completely dark environment. That's kind of the thing with projectors, especially when you're getting them on the budget side. Playing games on it is definitely possible, although if you really want to get the best quality games, you're definitely going to want a monitor so you have the lowest latency possible. Although if you want to just play for fun on the really big screen, then obviously a projector is the way to go, and I definitely have a blast doing that. And to be fair, the latency isn't actually that bad, but if you're being super competitive, you're obviously going to notice and not enjoy the experience. But if it's just for fun, you're definitely going to have some. Now as for the speakers, they're pretty much like any other projector.
You think I'm gonna rub my face in it and ruin it for everyone else? Well, I wouldn't do that.
They're good for what they are, but I would definitely recommend connecting an external speaker, or especially a surround sound system if you want to have the best audio experience possible for your movie nights. Although you could even just plug in a gaming headset if you're gaming on it, I guess, and that'll take care of the problem right there. Easy. Now as far as the noise level, it's very quiet, under 50 decibels of sound, and it does get drowned out when you have loud audio playing from your movies and games. So overall, it's a good native 720p projector with screen mirroring, but if you don't care about screen mirroring and you really care about resolution, I would definitely recommend looking elsewhere for a native 1080p projector for around the same price range, because come on, to be honest, if you want to have the biggest display possible with the best clarity possible, you're going to want more resolution, and 720p, this day and age, it's not that great. But if you really want screen mirroring for whatever reason, then I guess you can go with it and you'll be relatively happy with it, especially if you're in a smaller environment. But personally, like I've said a ton of times already, I would go for the higher resolution, plug in something else if you want to screen mirror it, and have a much better experience overall with a much clearer picture.